still love that thing. I love you, BD. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Horns Forward podcast. That's right. I said your Horns Forward podcast because this is by the fans, for the fans. I am El Mariachi Brahma, joined by my co-host, the very lovely, great janitor of the Alamo basement, Mr. DJ himself.
That's crazy.
Miss 210 Brahmasita over there.
That's crazy.
He's also been pegged as the official fan planner of the fan
I
base.
know.
Hey,
That's
that
right.
was a
The
good
community.
And then we have the big daddy himself.
What's up?
BD.
Yeah, that's not what I'll call him, but yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Right. Well, if we're going to do our thing, then I might as well let people know, by the way, these are back in stock at your favorite brewery here in San
Absolutely.
Antonio. I got a bunch of them. Some of y'all were not tailgating with me this past Saturday, Sunday at the Alamo Dome. We were just staying hydrated in the parking lot. But let's start how
Group
we
of
always
friends
do.
in the parking lot hanging out. You know, it was hot. You get thirsty and you wanted to have a drink. So
Yeah, we
you
were
know-
staying hydrated and conversing and just happened to be in that parking lot of the Alamo Dome. Like, you know,
absolutely.
no tailgating.
At all.
We listened. And I can't
I mean,
see the
while
chat
you-
again. Wonderful. Great. Okay. So I'll let
It's okay.
y'all
Nobody
manage
said
that.
anything.
Yeah, we
But
just started.
now that we're talking about like the not tailgate, not tailgate. What were you doing out there?
So that's actually a little precursor of something that we have in the works. So I obviously, you know, as the mariachi, that is paying homage to where I come from, to my roots, and also to where the roots of a lot of San Antonio comes from, let's be honest, the Mexican culture. And so what I did is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here real quick. But I went around asking fans how well they knew football terms in Spanish. And I can tell you right now that our fans got to practice their Spanish, but they gave it a good try. They gave it a good try. But with that being said, I do want to make sure that this season it's all about familia, you know, and with that familia also includes our friends south of the border, and they already come to San Antonio to do a lot of shopping. So I figured, why not? Let's talk to them and let's bring them out to the games. And what's the best way to do that? By reaching out to them via a podcast. So we have another family member who will soon be joining the Horns Forward podcast group, who is based in Mexico, and he travels from Mexico all the way to the games. He was there this past weekend, and we're working some details out, but it will be the very first Spanish-only podcast for the UFL representing the San Antonio Brahmas, and we are going to make sure that if there is a market that is to be captured, which will be the Spanish language market, that belongs to us, not to Houston, not to Arlington, not to one of those other teams up north. It belongs to us. So Monterrey, ya saben, yo los quiero ver en el Alamo Dome esta temporada. Monterrey, Laredo, Piedras Negras,
Yeah.
Matamoros, todos ustedes de la frontera,
Sí.
ven
No,
para el
sir.
partido. So that's just a little preview.
Bien.
And we saw him pop up in the
Yeah.
comments. He will be coming in. You want to put
Yeah.
his right there? That's gonna be my co-host right there, Mr. Javo Morales, de Piedras Negras, Coahuila. So just be on the lookout for that. It'll be a different stream, different show, but definitely if you have family members who prefer Spanish language, who prefer or are from Mexico and want to get into this, you want to bring them in like that, like they said yesterday. Tell a friend, tell a family member who's ever been to a game, bring them in. And I don't want to just bring in a friend or family member. I want to bring in a whole freaking country. And that's, there we go. Exactly. Period.
Well,
Very cool.
I'm
Very
glad
cool.
you guys had fun out and then not
Yeah.
tailgating. But
You know, I mean, kind of the group of friends that we had there, I think there were more people in our not tailgate than were at the Roughnecks meet and greet the day before.
I mean, it was pretty busy out in the parking lot. I will say.
It was.
I mean,
Yeah.
we had a speaker going. We had an ice chest with beverages to stay hydrated because hydration's important.
Absolutely. We're just hanging out.
Oh,
there was no
oh my
food. There's
God.
no tents. No
No,
tailgate.
we were just
We're
hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Waiting for them to open the doors. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, they said be there. The gates open at 12. Event starts at 2. Hey, we wanted to show up early. You know how we do. But
Hey, like he
I
said,
didn't want
though,
to walk from the back of the parking lot or whatever. I wanted a good spot, and
no,
we had 2 hours to kill. So
like he said, they had to put in the RSVP no tailgating. They had to.
Shout out to James on that one. James Carr, our ticket rep. He's the one who put that language in there because he knows us. But I will say they did not put anything about conversing and congregating and staying hydrated while we wait for them to open the gates. So, look,
If
gotta be
there's
more
a will,
specific.
there's a way.
You gotta be more specific, because what does this can stay? Strong, stubborn, straight up San Antonio. You already know how we are.
and you know what? Also, we will say. I mean, I guess it's because it wasn't a tailgate, but DJ actually showed up early and hung out with us.
For Jackie.
Oh.
Hey, oh yeah, he showed up before she
For
did.
Jackie.
She missed
Because
out
I
on
was
the entire thing.
listening to the rules of the no tailgating.
We weren't
I just thought y'all were gonna be
tailgating.
sitting. Oh Lord.
We was not
Anywho.
tailgating.
Was there a single tailgate down?
All
By
tailgates
the
were
time
up.
I got there at 2:04, 4 minutes past 2, everyone was inside already.
Hey.
And well hydrated, I might say.
Well, let's get to it. FanFest, y'all. I got a little preview for those of those Brahma fans that did not get to go. We whipped up a little video. Hopefully this plays, but I hope you guys enjoy this.
Oh, it's all choppy. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, technical difficulty.
Yeah, there's some technical difficulties here, folks. Just heads up.
Yeah, something's not going on. Why am I not getting any audio? We tested this earlier. I'm not understanding.
Man, we'll just let's just verbally explain it.
Put it on the page, or
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
put
put it on the
I'll
page
put
for
it
you
on the
guys.
page.
It's a pretty good little recap for everybody, just so that way whoever wasn't able to attend, you can see just a little bit about what you weren't able to witness there. But also, I don't know about y'all, I had a really good just vibe check of what this season's gonna feel like as far as getting the family back together. That's what it felt like to me yesterday. I wasn't saying it's nice to meet you very much. It was like I missed seeing you.
Yeah,
that's what I heard more of.
It was, it was very much, this season started already. That was the kickoff right there.
We've
been, we've kind of been waiting and teasing stuff and getting information. Yesterday was the kickoff of the season. I'm freaking ready to go. I wish we had a game like today.
A year ago, we did.
A year ago, we did.
I got the memory on Facebook, and I was like, and then I looked at Instagram. I saw Danny Garcia says 40 days till kickoff, and I'm like, so like Lent.
So the vibes was crazy. I think from the videos and the pictures that I've seen from around the league, I think we probably had the best turnout. I think maybe what was it like between 400 and 600 people, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Maybe in the middle, 500.
and
It was a lot.
The thing is that the pictures that are out there are very deceiving because while others had maybe a conference room or a very compact area, we had the entire floor of the Alamo Dome at for this event. So like the entire playing surface plus the entire first level of seats were pushed back for this event. So even though I know I've heard from a lot of people that have been saying I see tens of people there, I'm like, yeah, because
they are lying like hell.
Well, I mean, there's a couple pictures that we saw that it was only the seating area.
Yeah,
right.
That's all they saw. They didn't see
twice as many
people standing around the seating area.
Yeah,
there were twice as many people standing up around than were sitting down.
Absolutely. Yeah. So for all you other fans out there who are saying like San Antonio didn't show up, the pictures are very deceiving because San Antonio fans showed up. And it wasn't just season ticket holders. It was people who are brand new to this. Yep. We even had local players show up. So there was it was like Brahma Babe said, a great day.
Real good day.
It was one of those, it just, like I had been saying a few weeks back, I wanted to feel like a family reunion, and that's exactly what it felt like.
Playing the part of Jason today.
Sir, yeah. Wait, can we just, she's on here. Miss Brahma Babe. That outfit, ma'am.
Yeah, that was
She debuted her new little get up. Ooh.
That was heat.
No duct tape this season for Miss Ma'am because she was on point. So a lot of people showed up with their new little their upgraded get-ups, and I was all for it.
Yeah, you got to add too, like when soon as it opened, like you could see it was lines. It was lines at the vendors. Like that's why people were scattered all over the place. Lines at the vendors. People was getting food. Some people were sitting down. Some people were watching the big screen of the game.
Yeah.
It was kids playing in the blow up little bouncy house thing. So, and then there was also people lined up in the ticket booth in the middle of the floor. So it was plenty of people there. I don't know why people talking about it was tens people.
It was there were some pictures taken from some bad angles, So like I said, it didn't capture all the fan stand, and it just showed some sitting down. And I mean the seats were full, but
and I there's something else that I'm gonna brag on right now that I can guarantee no other fan base had. Can they claim that they had international coverage of their fan event? I don't think so because we can. I just got a notification from a publication that went out in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, about the fan event yesterday.
Nice.
So St. Louis, you can have 40,000 fans, but hey, we got a worldwide audience now. We can say we are multiple international at this point. Yeah, and it's only going to grow.
Absolutely.
Good things to come, man. The reach is crazy.
Obviously it was great seeing Moose there and Coach Wade. I'm really glad that Coach didn't have to put up Easter decorations or something like that. So glad he was able to show up.
Oh, throwing shots, man. hey, man, like I said, man, glitter is a pain. Glitter is a pain. All right, but that's in the past.
Yep.
That's in the past. But it's it was nice to be able to see Coach Phillips and see how quickly he's embraced San Antonio. I don't know if we can play the video or if we should just say it, but
it's part of my big video on there. I'm telling you.
Okay, so
see if one of y'all can pull it up on Facebook because it's good.
Let me see if I can.
My end.
Let me reload the page here and see if I can.
It's a good one. I worked so hard on it. Well, I want everyone to see it.
All right, let me try this.
All right, try it.
All right.
Hopefully we get some sound.
Let's see.
Oh,
Welcome to San Antonio. Moose, welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad to see you guys here. So my question is this. What would you advise us to tell the average San Antonian to get them to get engaged and come out to these games, check out the product that's going to be on the field here?
I think the biggest thing is, what we touched on earlier, and Jason said it, this is our first Sunday, without football in a long time. We're just down the road. So when you start to get that question in your mind, well, I need some football. Where can I go for football? Come here. It's not too far up to Arlington. Come see a training camp practice. Come up and watch us work up there. That's something that I don't know if enough people take advantage of. So just start to get ready for it.
What do you expect from the fans when they come to the Alamo Dome? What do you expect us to be? What do you want us to do? You want the wave? You want us to make noise on defense? Tell us what you need, what you want, so we can push us to victory.
Loud. I want you loud, and I want to hear it. When we're on defense, we want you really loud, and when we're on offense, quiet it down a little bit. But
Say that again.
Official member of the Wade Brigade.
all right, I like it.
My name is Jackie Martinez, season ticket member for 2 seasons now. My question is, what's got you most excited about the transition from coaching Houston to San Antonio?
Well, San Antonio is a lot better town than Houston. So.
Truer words have not been spoken.
I don't know how you do it in Texas. We don't do it like that in Wisconsin. I don't know about Texas how you do it. But I had to buy season tickets.
Yes, please, thank you. Yeah.
There you go. That was a preview.
period.
Of what we saw yesterday. If for those of you who missed it, or a little recap, I should say, not a preview because it already happened. But yeah,
very well done, Jackie. Good job with that, man. That was awesome.
That was some great work. Great work.
But yeah, it was one of those things where it was just, he said it himself. Houston, sorry, San Antonio was better than y'all.
Hey, they gotta go.
That's why I said that not even the XFL wanted them back. Go have fun with the USFL.
So, I want to highlight, that the second question the coach was asked: be loud on defense,
quiet,
and shut up on offense.
Yeah, don't be. Look, I know this was a whole
That's football etiquette 101.
Yeah.
That was a
Football
whole
101,
ordeal.
but, you know,
last year with the wave and all that. Look, y'all want to do the wave? Do the damn wave. Just don't do it on offense. All right, don't do it on offense. Just, I know you paid a ticket. You can scream whenever you want. You can yell whenever you want. Whatever. But it does not help the team when they cannot hear themselves play. And on offense, you got to be able to hear all the quarterback calling audibles, the lineman calling defensive schemes, receivers yelling hot, hot, hot. But if you're doing the wave and yelling your butts off, they can't hear that on the field. All right.
Yeah. No. Let's go Brahmas chants while they're lining up to snap. Yeah.
Yeah. So
keep it down.
Yeah. That just, and I mean, at this point, I know it's gonna be like, oh, they just sound like this, like the fun police over there, and it's like, okay, then don't complain when the offense messes up or gets a false start because we were too loud. I mean,
well,
that's the price you pay.
My favorite argument is, well, they should be able to play with noise. Well, yeah, they should, but why would you want to make it harder on your team?
Right? Exactly.
Let's make it harder on the opponents.
Yeah, man.
I'll still be using my sign. I'll still need it. I already know, but
yeah.
Hopefully, though, they don't wait until week 10 to put the quiet offense at work.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do all that.
So hopefully they start using that week 1. But with that being said, as the Horns Forward podcast, we got and are very thankful to the Brahmas organization for allowing us to have some time to sit down with Coach Wade and ask him a few questions. We're going to share that with y'all. So give me a second to pull that up. And since he is not here, we're going to let Jay is the one who actually did the interview. He's not here. So technically he's here in spirit now. So
he's here in spirit. He's under the weather today. So
yeah, he's under the weather today, but here he is with the interview with Coach Wade. So y'all sit back and enjoy and hear Coach Phillips address the San Antonio Brahma fan base.
What's got you most excited about transitioning from coaching in Houston to coaching in San Antonio now?
I think something new. We got new players, and a lot of my staff will be with me, so that'll make it comfortable. But just a new opportunity to try to win it all.
Awesome. And I got to say, Coach, we love your energy coming into this, San Antonio. We obviously are hungry for, just a competitive football team. And I know you're going to bring that to us. But speaking of the competitive aspect of things, what are your top 3 goals this season for the team?
Well, coaching-wise, you want to get the best you can get out of the players. You want to have a great culture where team is first, and then I want them to be good people. It sounds strange, but and they're not little kids, but I want them to treat people the right way and learn to be a good citizen or a great citizen, really.
Wow, Coach, that's really impressive. It does seem that these young men do need that strong guidance to become the men that they're supposed to be. So that's really impressive that you're willing to make that one of your goals for the year. Last question we've got for you real quick. We're talking about competition, and I know you had said, how Kaka, in fact, is not a law in Texas. Who are you looking forward to coaching against most this year?
Well, I don't know. We beat Arlington. We beat Stoops last year twice, and then we lost in the playoffs to him, and he won it all. So
they snuck it in.
Yeah,
we know.
But no, I just want my team to play the best. We'll have natural rivalries. Certainly, Arlington and Houston will be our natural rivalries, but we still want to beat St. Louis too. So,
yes, we do.
We play them all twice, so the division opponents are really the key.
Yeah. Well, again, Coach, We are so excited to have you here in San Antonio. We are looking forward to such great things that you're going to do with this team. We know you have a definite, pedigree in coaching football. Cannot tell you how excited we are to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to have a good plan, and like I said, we're going to get the best out of each player, and that's all we ask.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Horns forward, everybody.
We were gonna have him flip it on you, but figured that might be a little weird.
Yeah, that might be a little awkward because you don't know me. So.
What?
Hey, I did not know y'all added that, man. That's hilarious. Hey, that was funny.
That happened at the beginning. I could have not added. It was so funny.
I missed out on something there. Oh, well.
Yeah, you did.
We were literally.
You had to go do like father stuff and be.
Dad's go be a dad,
Prior to that, we were all debating like, who's gonna put it on him? Like, do we ask him to put it on himself? Wait, do you put it on him? Like, I was like, no, just hand it to him, y'all.
Just let him put it on himself.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
Don't touch him. It's gonna be weird. Like you touch it. Because Brian was like, you got to be like, make sure it's on.
Because
Coach, here.
All I heard was I was gonna get on him, but you don't know me that well. And I was like, what were y'all talking about before that? Jeez.
Oh man.
No, what I said was, we were gonna have him put it on him, but figured that would be a little weird.
Oh no, I get it. No, but what I heard was Jay said I was gonna get on you, but I don't know you that well, and so I was just like,
I don't even think Jay thought he said that. That's the crazy part.
I know. I mean,
he was so nervous.
He's not here. Yeah, I had questions. For him.
I mean, honestly, that was really great. I mean, thank you to the Brahmins organization for letting us do that. And I mean, freaking Jay got to interview a Hall of Fame coach. Like, I mean, I'd have been nervous as hell if I'd have done it. If I'd been the one up there too. So,
for sure.
No, he crushed it. He crushed it.
Good
and,
absolutely, it was great.
For being, where we started, a year ago. This little podcast by the fans for the fans, and now we're interviewing a Hall of Fame coach. Like, I'm just proud of how far this podcast has come and that we're able to do that.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame player too last year. Not interview, but we was around him enough that he knew us.
I mean,
we didn't speak to him personally like an interview type, but it is what it is.
The cool part though that you missed out too on Jorge is when we were all actually walking out of the dome. Wade was driving out of the dome, and he
clean
waved at us like
he waved by to us as we were walking out.
Was he
talking about clean?
I'm about to say like Cadillac, Bentley, Mercedes.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking my man's rolling like he puts my Challenger to shame.
I think it was like an S-Class or something, one of the big ones.
Man, all right.
I mean, just as simple as wave by to us like. He doesn't have to do that, So
man, I want to get out of this thing. I'm ready to go. He could have just kept driving. And
he's probably told us get out the way.
Honked and everything.
Yeah, he was saying this, not this.
Hey, but one thing that I do want to kind of touch on that Moose mentioned it is
cool guy too.
Oh, very very cool guy.
Walking down the line, people waiting in line. He's still signing autographs. Like. Cool.
Yeah. He'd probably still be there right now if.
I was really surprised when they said, "Come up and see a training camp practice in Arlington."
Oh yeah, that was key.
I didn't even know that was a possibility. Me either. I just go do that.
I'll say this: I've been trying to get confirmation on that because when I was doing the video, I was like, "I'm just gonna hit up my guys. Are we allowed?" Like.
Hey, he stamped it though. He stamped it.
That's the boss.
I said if the head of football ops says that we're allowed to go.
That's the boss.
Hey, we show up. They'll be like, "What are y'all doing here?" Be like, "Moose said we could show up. All right, let us in."
We just want to support y'all.
Bang on the gate. Let us in.
I don't want to watch the Panthers practice.
And they're gonna be like, "Who?" They're gonna be like, "Who told y'all can come up here?" Then play the clip.
Moose.
Moose.
I got proof.
The
boss.
We got receipts.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's me.
hopefully that is still like a possibility and that is a thing. And they do allow that because I think that would be a fun weekend trip. And not to mention, I have the unfortunate pleasure of having to spend part of my spring break in Grapevine, which I'm not, yay, Dallas area. But
all the tacos you're gonna eat.
Oh God! No, they call them sandwiches up there.
Sandwiches.
But if I'm up there and they're having training camp, I may just stop by and be like, "Hey, who's gonna catch my sombrero this season?"
I was like, I'm gonna hit up Big Mike and be like, "Hey, what's the schedule, bro?"
Yo, Goose Juice. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was really cool. And even like, so for those of you who were there, y'all saw me jump up on stage yesterday. That was unplanned. I wasn't even told that I was like going to do that. I was
you the mascot.
But unofficial, I am not the mascot. All right, I am not an employee of the UFL.
And if I gotta be a community leader, you gotta be the mascot.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
No, that's fine. I'll be the unofficial mascot. That's fine.
No official.
No,
officially unofficial.
Officially unofficial.
I don't want people to say like, hey, like I'm like an employee or whatever.
You're a celebrity, bro.
No. But I do want to say, when I jumped up on stage yesterday, I want to explain what happened there. Nobody told me what was supposed to happen. They're just like, yeah, just go up on there and hype up the crowd. And I was like, what do I do? Just hype them up, get them excited. And I was like, and bring out coach, like, yeah, whatever, just go. And I'm like, okay. So then I walked through the back up the stairs, and I think everyone was like, is this guy really, is he like, I caught everyone off guard because I saw everyone's faces. I shook Moose's hand. I shook Coach's hand. I was like, pleasure to meet y'all. They told me to get on stage and just go wild. They're like, okay, go. And so then I went, I did my thing, and I wasn't supposed to introduce Coach. I did. And then
can I say something?
I turn around and I just see I'm like, oh, my bad.
Here's Coach. You're like, no.
No, the funny part is while you were doing all this and you're introducing Coach, somebody got on the mic and they're not right now. Nah. They were saying that over you.
I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
What is going? Yes. I was like, what is going on?
Did you see? Coach started to like walk up the stairs.
Yeah, he didn't know
he thought he was really getting introduced.
No, we'll do that later.
Like I don't know. I mean, that's what when you tell me to go up. There's a saying in Spanish. Ya saben cómo soy, por qué me invitan. If you already know how I get, why you invite me? So just be glad they didn't play La Chona.
Oh my God,
yeah,
that was hilarious.
That was a fun little blooper. Sorry to the Brahmas staff for messing that up because
whoa.
I went and
dropping stuff.
I went and asked afterwards, and they're like, "Yeah, when we saw you get up there, they're like, what the hell is he doing up there?" Because that wasn't on the run sheet, and I was like, "Oh, there's a run sheet? My bad. They just told me to go up there." So I do apologize for anyone who may get in trouble for that.
I doubt anybody get in trouble for that. That was light. That wasn't nothing too serious.
Yeah, but still, I know they like to do things by the books, and I kind of stole people's thunder and what. I'm sorry. So I apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, Jackie is having a ball, man. She keeps she is dying.
Because I feel partially blamed for this because I was told to go get him, and I ran over to him to go grab him and told him what I was told. And then when I see him get up there and they're like, no, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make him look like a fool up there. Like y'all don't do our guy that way. Like it was just so funny.
I'm already
we blame Jackie though.
I'm already so making myself look like a fool.
Say the name. Say the name of the person who told me to go get him. It was their idea. It was not my idea. I was just a messenger.
I'm already good at making myself look like a fool. If you follow me on social media, you've probably seen the thousands of names I get called on a daily basis. So I like, to me that was looking like a fool. I'm just like, it is what, that's just another Sunday.
Lord. Well,
good times. Good
y'all
times.
ready to talk some other? Y'all ready to talk some other business? Because
Yeah, let's
I know
get into it.
some of our people in the chat are ready to talk about this with us. So we got the rules that came out. So I'm gonna pull up the first one here and let's start breaking it down. Points after touchdown. How we feeling about stuff?
So I mean, this is just what the XFL was last year. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. I liked it.
We're
I
still
like
cool
the
with it.
innovation, and I like how Moose kind of explained it yesterday, that they kind of have a similar structure in the USFL, but it was a you could go for a kick for the 1 point, and everybody just ended up going for the kick.
Mhm.
So nobody was going for 2 and 3. So they wanted to be innovative. So they went for the XFL version of it, which I loved. So
yeah, and I think that that's a good way to, like, he brought a good point where it's like, you don't want to take away from something that is going to be helpful to these players who are obviously trying to get to the NFL, but at the same time, you still want to have an innovative and fun product, and this is one way for them to be able to do so, is by changing up the rules a little bit to fit the way they want to play it. And who knows, maybe this might be something that the NFL, puts into effect in some way, shape, or form, where there's more than just a 2-point conversion and a point after kick. Maybe they do hey, you want to go for 3? Yeah. So who knows? I mean, we already know that, they're the kickoffs, the NFL is looking at changing that up and stuff like that. They're exploring that route. But yeah, no, I think this is a good way to keep things fresh and innovative, and I like that they kept the XFL style, just to stay a little bit different.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I get both sides. Like, okay, you want the kicker to kick the ball, so that way they can have their opportunities, to get in the NFL, because taking away the extra point is part of the kicking game. So you're taking away the opportunity to get seen. So, I mean, the points is the points. I don't think anybody was really going for the 3 points. I think everybody was like,
you saw a few here and there, but it was mostly ones and 2s.
But it's so critical though, because that 3-point conversion, when you need
only when you need it to,
like, it can definitely make it to where a 2-score game becomes a 1-score game.
Yeah, I think I agree with Jersey. Like, have the option to kick the field goal if you want to. Have the option to kick the field goal, or the XFL options as well. So either or,
that's what they had in the USFL last year. And like I said, I mean, it just ended up being everybody kicking a PAT basically. Yeah. So they had the rules, but nobody was really taking advantage of them.
Right. So next set of rules, the catch definition. So in this case, Des would have caught it.
Des still caught it, all right.
But I do like this change here, where they're switching to the NFL style 2 feet inbounds versus the college style 1 foot inbounds. XFL had the 1 foot college style, USFL had the 2 feet NFL style. And as was explained yesterday, if we're trying to train these players to get to the next level, we want to make sure we're giving them as many opportunities as possible to make sure that they're used to the rules that they're going to need to start playing by. Because you're not going to go back to college after playing in the UFL. You're going to go to the NFL. So this is wonderful. I think, if you're going to catch it 2 feet in bounds and start getting used to that, because that's what it's going to take in the NFL.
Yeah, and the 1 foot in bounds was the one rule I really did not like in the XFL last year. I'm just, if it's professional football, 2 feet down. So I'm glad they changed it. I'm glad they went with this version.
A lot of people don't like Moose's approach to the rules and incorporating the USFL rules into the league. And I see his side. I see both, but I see his side is prepping you for the next level.
Yeah.
So if the 2 feet is prepping you for the next level. the kickoffs is prepping you for the next level. Now, I know we didn't get to that part yet, but those are the things that he wants to implement into the league, so that way players are getting ready for the next level. You got two of the best players that impacted those big calls that people are complaining about, which is Aubrey, which is the Dallas kicker. He got into the NFL and he's all Pro Bowl, All Pro, one of them.
He was one of the best in the league. Yeah,
he was a Pro Bowl kicker. So,
and then you got Kevontae Turpin, which was doing kickoffs in the USFL and MVP, and he got into the NFL for Dallas, was balling out. You know, they started using him as a Swiss Army knife. So, I mean,
Jackie, can you put the rules back up for the catch again? I think something that's kind of getting glossed over a little bit because of the kickoffs is the defensive pass interference. So, what it is just it's kind of like the college rules. You know, it's a 15-yard for pass interference, but if it's an intentional pass interference, then it's going to be a spot foul.
Well, and that right there is going to be where either a lot of people are either going to love or hate Dean Blandino and Mike Pereira, like, because ultimately, if you're trying to determine intent, that's going to come down to officials' judgment.
Absolutely, I see where they're coming from, you know, because we can tell, you know, you got a guy that's going up trying to defend the pass and he gets a little too aggressive and pass interference. That's not really intentional. But when you get a guy that said, I'm about to get burned, and so I'm just going to grab this guy, you know, that's what I'm assuming that's what they're going to be looking for. But it's going to be, you know, interesting how they interpret that.
Yeah, it comes down to interpretation and ref decision. And the thing is that we as fans, players, they're going to have to respect ultimately what comes down, because let's be real, like, these plays are all going to be significantly analyzed much more than what you would normally get in the NFL. Yeah. So keep in mind that what the ref calls on the field is already being looked at in New York by one of the two officials who's the secondary official for the game. So there's already a review happening when something like this happens. So, like, it's more than enough to be able to justify the call, whether you like it or not. I mean, it is what it is, but
I just want them to call it fair. Just call it fair. Don't let the refs take over the game, man. Let them play. Call it fair. That's all.
And I think that with having Mike and Dean up in the booth and having that transparency still, that's going to be a good way for them to kind of, you know, cover themselves and say, look, we're not holding back, and we're showing you everything and our logic. So I think that's a good way for them to be able to justify their calls
which I loved about the league last year. You know, like there is you knew exactly what they were talking, what they were saying, what they were thinking. They walked us through the entire process. So I'm glad, you know, I loved it and glad that's coming back.
For sure. I will say I agree with Jersey. As far as what Moose is trying to do, prep the players, and what we've already said, Moose did a really good job yesterday of explaining a lot of these rules and the intentions behind them. So it just kind of helped ease the mind a little bit more, especially with this one.
You know, and obviously we've been on the XFL side. I think most of us have kind of grown to enjoy the XFL version of the kickoff. But I really did like how Moose explained it, you know, why they went with this version. So, you know, I will defer my objection to what Moose said for this. So
the one that
what did Moose say?
So basically, I mean, he's a traditionalist, is what he said. You know, a kickoff wants to look like a kickoff. He likes to see movement at the point of the kick versus, you know, on the other side of the field. But you know, it's the entire process of that was kind of the reason that Aubrey got some of the looks that he got from the Cowboys and stuff. Not necessarily because of his field goal, but because he was kicking off from the 20 and kicking it 5 yards, you know, into the end zone for a touchback. And I think the XFL was a little different, that it had to kind of land in bounds and stuff.
Yeah, you got penalized pretty badly.
Yeah,
go in the end zone from the end zone to the 20.
Yeah, so you know, I grew to like the XFL rule, but you know,
I do think that the XFL kickoff punishment for going into the end zone or going out of bounds was a little too harsh because it put the other team like on the 45 yard, which is like you gave them half the field right there. So that really punished the kicker.
On the opponent's 45-yard line. Not your side. You going over the 50-yard line and that 45-yard line. That's what it was.
That's what I'm like.
So they closer to scoring. That's how harsh it was. That's why I guess it was very harsh.
It was very harsh, you know, those penalties for a kicker. Now, this is the one rule that I don't agree with is the punting. I feel like, and I've said this in other threads and things, but the punt rule I feel like punishes a punter for doing their job and doing a good job at it. Because if a punter is able to kick the ball and get it to bounce or go out of bounds at between the 5 and the end zone and stay, you know, in the field, like within that area, I would much rather see an offense try to figure out how the heck are we going to drive 95 to 99 yards and score versus giving them a touchback and putting them on the 25 because a punter had too good of a punt.
So here's the counter to that. And I know, obviously, you know, the coffin corner kick, you know, that's what this is trying to get rid of. But this kind of encourages the punters to show off their skill a little bit more in kicking. Is they can hit that ball at the 1 and put some backspin on it and it bounces back. Instead of just kicking it and, you know, landing it in the corner and bouncing it, you know, out of bounds, they can actually show off their skill a little bit better.
Also giving the player or the returner the opportunity to run the ball. They all about, you know, the league is all about excitement.
Yeah.
Moose said he wants to see movement on the kickoff, so of course you're gonna get a return because everybody kicking the ball out of the end zone. Then
they're actively gonna try to avoid kicking out of the end zone on punts or kicking out of bounds on punts now.
Yeah, and the punt you want them up in the air, hang time, get the team down there. To defend the punt, and if they're gonna catch it and they're gonna run it. That's all it is. They want to see the excitement.
What Jersey was asking is, you know, it's you're allowing the teams to down. You can still down the ball inside the 5. You know if you
touch the ball,
good. Yeah, it's still down there. You're not going to get a touchback for that. It's only if it goes out of bounds. You just boot it, you know, inside, you know, whatever inside the 25 if it goes out of bounds, whatever. So. You know, it encourages the punters to be a bit more tactical with their
and
kicking.
Precise. It's almost, now that you kind of put it that way, it's almost like applying the XFL kickoff rule to a punt because the punt had to land within the end zone and the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
So, or the kickoff on the on the old XFL rules. So now the punt has to land between the end zone and the 25 inside the field of play and stay inside the field of play.
Yep.
So, you know, I can kind of see now where they're coming from with it. It's still a rule that I got to see it before I can, you know, like it probably, but talking out loud about it now, it makes a little bit more sense.
And it was the same XFL rules last year. You know, I don't remember getting pissed off about anything that happened. So, you know, I don't remember anything like that happened. I was like, wow, that's a bullcrap call and a stupid rule.
Except for when we lost in our first game for 4-12.
Oh yeah,
stupid rule.
Damn the rule. I think everyone was caught off guard because that was the first time we ever saw that, and I think, you know, everyone was expecting NFL style, and they're like, why are they going for it?
What is this?
Yeah. Now with this here, the alternate possession option, you know, onside kicks. I really don't think there's going to be a lot of teams going for onside kicks, to be honest, because, you know, after they analyzed the data and they said of the onside kicks that were done at the NFL
Small
level,
percentage.
3% were recovered.
Yeah.
So there's statistically, it does not make sense to go for an onside kick unless it's like your last resort. But keeping the USFL style, almost XFL style, kind of the possession of the 4th and 12 from the 28. I think that was a smart move. That was something that obviously we got the bad result of, but ultimately was incredibly exciting to watch.
Oh, absolutely. And
now it's 4th and 15
XFL
from
had
the
the
30?
4th and 15 from the 25.
Oh,
Now
from
this
25,
was
okay.
is now 4th and 12 from the 28. So your end point is the 40-yard line, regardless. But did y'all hear what Moose said yesterday? That they were wanting to basically have that throughout the game, which instead of just in the fourth quarter if you're tied or down.
Yeah,
they were talking about having a 4th and 12 at any point in the game, no matter what the score.
That would have been weak. I wouldn't like that.
I like it better in the.
I want it. That's too gimmicky. Like, no, I don't want. It's the first quarter, and you telling me that you're gonna go for a 4th and 12.
It's like make it take it almost. Like,
but I don't see a lot of like that's a smart, not a smart, but that's giving the coaches the time to think about something like that. Why would I do that when it's still early in the game? Why would I go for 4th and 12 from the 28?
I mean,
it makes you look weak.
Yeah,
no, but then at the
you could get other team the opportunity to score. I mean, that's
the gamble of making calls as a coach. I can get the ball back, or I can
give Beanie's not our coach,
or I can give the ball to the other team
because he's gonna be thinking this shit a game.
Line. So
keep going for it on 4th and 12
every time. I go for it every time,
and then we're gonna be down 30-9.
Oh my god!
But you know what? We coming back to the game because I'm still gonna go for it every time.
I think we'll keep scoring on
and I'm gonna go for 3. I'm gonna go for 3 after the touchdown, and I'm gonna go for 4th and 12 every time.
Oh my god!
So this one here is pretty cool because obviously we're used to only the laterals in the NFL, but I think this will really allow for some really innovative plays to happen.
And guess who did it best?
Orlando.
AJ Smith.
No, Houston. Houston was the only one that I saw do the 2 forward passes. I don't remember any of the doing it.
And guess who our offensive coordinator?
AJ
Smith.
Yep.
No. The reason I said Orlando was I was thinking those 2 times that they did that fake punt where they on one of them they scored, on one of them they caught everyone off guard.
No,
it was against us.
This different.
This is regular offensive formation.
Yeah.
You could throw double forward pass. Come on, man. This AJ Smith all day.
This is I think this is a very innovative way to be able to
telling y'all
just improve the game. Improve the game. Obviously the ball cannot cross the line of scrimmage. That makes sense. But it's different from the NFL. I feel like this is the next step forward from back in the 1930s when they allowed the forward pass for the first time.
Man, and one of the plays was viral too. I think it was Silvers threw it to Kirkland and then he ran like towards the sideline, threw a bomb down the field, or maybe Kirkland caught it or one of those things. But he was a part of that viral play, and he's in San Antonio as well.
Yeah.
So
and
Kirkland, AJ Smith, man, we about to.
Yeah, I really think that rule in particular was the evolution of the game of football happening in right before our eyes, because there hasn't been anything like this. Like I said, the last time they changed up the forward pass was in the 30s when they allowed the forward pass because it was just handed to the guy who can run the ball. So I think this is a good way to innovate, and I think it'll have the NFL really thinking about, hey, let's change up the game a little bit.
I don't know. Did they change any of this? I didn't follow this.
No, I think this is all the same, pretty much.
Yeah. So
one challenge.
You can have one challenge. If you use it, you lose it. If you get it back.
No, you don't get the challenge back. No.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
You only have one challenge.
You only get one. Yeah.
Which
you don't get it back.
I kind of wish they would let you give you a second one if you got the first one right.
Yeah. I would think that would be the smartest thing. You You get everybody gets one. If you win it, you get another one. And that's it.
Yeah, but no, it's just one. Now, and that's how it was
Yeah,
last year.
It was last year. Yeah, it was like the same way.
But
Yeah,
at the
same
same time, there's so much that gets reviewed in the booth automatically. So I think this is really where the coaching staff needs to like study the rule. Like they need to be able to recite the rule book in their sleep, because when you throw that challenge flag, you better make sure it's something that's not being already reviewed.
And but also this is also their you can challenge penalties and stuff like that. That the booth is not going to challenge. Like if there's a pass interference, the booth's not going to challenge that.
No,
the coaches have to.
But guess who did that last year? Hines Ward was killing him with that.
Oh yeah, he had an eye for catching penalties.
Now there were a few that I was like, all right, dude, why the hell did you challenge that one? Because it was obvious that was a bad call.
But the thing, what he admitted was that he's like, I can tell that's a penalty because I used to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that was, that's one thing that, I'm glad that you can challenge penalties because, that's
I wish the NFL would adopt that.
Yeah. But, they can think it over while we're having fun.
Yeah.
This spring, in their little team meetings. And, I can already tell you Green Bay is probably going to be rejecting everything because they hate anything new. And yeah. So I love my Packers, but I know they hate change. So, So with that, is that all? That's all the rules, right? That's all the new rules that we will.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So I guess let's talk about. So we are 40 days away from the start of the league. So we are this close, right?
And what, like 4 or 3 days away from camp?
Oh yeah, it starts. I think they said next week. So I think they're traveling this weekend. They report this weekend, and it starts on Monday. So, but with that said, there's a couple of away games that are definitely going to be within traveling distance. So I'll pitch it off. I'll do a forward pass to our community planner over there.
Community planner.
So go ahead and let them know.
Yeah, so it's still in the works right now. I've been calling around. So buses are absolutely possible. My next step is to start. I'll probably put something on a page, a poll or something to see who would want to go on the bus. So basically the price would include your round trip along with your ticket. I'm getting with my ticket guy, James, of course. He's going to be helping me out with getting those tickets. Even if you don't want to take the bus, say we do get to meet. How awesome would it be if we showed up in like 2 buses to Arlington and to Houston? I mean,
the only fan base that does this.
The only
fan
yeah.
base.
So I'm working real hard behind the scenes to make this happen. So even if you don't want to take the bus, there will be an option for you to still at least get the ticket to make sure you're sitting with us. So we go in very strong. So just look out this in the next few days. I'll have something out there just to kind of gauge if we have enough people to make this happen. Usually a bus fits about 56 people or so. So if we can get enough people, we'll, that gives us time to like tailgate, to drink, and you ain't got to worry about driving home. A whole road trip. We're going to make it happen. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. So I could just start writing your name.
Go and come back same day kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. It'll be same day thing.
And so with that being said, it's the more people that go, the cheaper the bus tickets are. And I can tell you this from planning it last year. So expect it to be on the low end if we fill the bus, about $50-$60. If it's not that full, looking at maybe about $100 bus ticket. But I mean, think about it. It saves you. You don't have to. I mean, you're gonna spend that much on gas, maybe, but you don't have
gas right there.
Like you don't have to do the pain of driving. You can just hang out with other people who are excited to be there. So like Jackie said, there'll be more information as we start to gather it, or she starts to gather it. But yes, we are definitely working to make something happen so that at the very minimum, the Houston and Arlington games are well attended,
sure.
and there's more yellow in the stands than their dumb little blue and red colors.
We still love you, our friends over in Houston.
Oh yeah, Houston. I mean, no hard
We
feelings.
just don't like your color.
Nope. Wade stamped it, man. We don't mess with Houston.
Oh, I mean, it's true.
Oh, no. Our city's better than them. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm saying
No,
the fans.
we don't mess with Houston.
All right. Hey, Houston. That's him saying that.
He wanted to have friendly little. No, man, we don't do that. It's San Antonio versus Texas.
That's fine. That's fine. Look,
no, that's the fact. They know that's fine. That's fact.
Houston with me, hey, y'all. I want to beat the crap out of y'all, but y'all homies. Arlington, I just want to beat the crap out of y'all.
I need that same energy that you give Arlington that you need to give Houston.
I mean, I feel bad enough as it is because they're not going to be good this year.
You don't feel bad about doing Arlington that way, though.
Yeah, you see how freely he just talk trash about Arlington, but my guys in Houston, my friends in Houston. No, man, ain't no daggone friends in Houston.
Our friends Banditos are in Arlington, but you still hate on it.
But we talking about us versus the Brahmas versus the Renegades. That's what we talking about.
Right. I'm talking about no fan bases, no. But yeah,
don't feel bad for Houston,
right?
Maybe one more of these, and then I stop feeling bad for Houston. You know what? Actually, I do feel bad for Houston now because they got to drink our beer because they ain't got their own.
No, you guys say your goodbyes already.
Well, goodbye, everybody. As always, horns forward, Arlington. We still hate you, and we booed you extra loud yesterday, just so you know.